Hello, and welcome to another edition of the TuneUp podcast about Windows. Today we're going to discuss Mozilla's pre-released Firefox 7, also known as Aurora, and we're here with Joanna from TuneUp. Welcome, Joanna.
Thanks for having me.
So I understand that Mozilla recently pre-released Firefox 7, aka Aurora. Can you tell us a little bit more about the performance enhancements?
Definitely. So Mozilla had previously been known as sort of a slower browser, and with these changes, they really wanted to turn that around. One of the changes was that memory usage was significantly lowered. So memory fragmentation of JavaScript objects has been a serious problem. And after closing a JavaScript applet, the memory it previously occupied would not be entirely regained, and eventually the browser's memory usage would grow, which leads to massive slowdowns. So in this version of Aurora, that problem's been fixed, which is great.
Wow, that's great to hear. I am definitely the kind of person who ends up opening multiple tabs at one time. So what effect does that have on the speed in which they load?
Yeah, I'm the type of person who opens multiple tabs at one time. I'm a huge multitasker, actually. So Firefox 5 generally takes a very long time to load. But in fact, the TuneUp team recently performed a test comparing Firefox 5 to Firefox 7.
Well, I'd love to hear the results. Can you tell me more?
Definitely. So we began by loading 27 tabs, which in Firefox 5 claimed 659 megabytes of RAM after all the tabs had finished loading. Compared to Firefox 7, loading 27 websites dropped. It went from the current memory usage of 670 megabytes down to 496 megabytes. With Firefox.exe, it peaked at only 658 megabytes.
Wow, that's really impressive. Can you put it into perspective for our listeners?
I'd love to. So, Internet Explorer 9, for example, needed a total of 814 megabytes with a peak at almost 1.3 gigabytes to display the 27 websites, which is an incredibly large amount. Google Chrome's latest beta release, for example, consumed 693 megabytes and peaked at 1.1 gigabytes. Overall, Firefox 7 really was the most resource-friendly browser.
Well, any other enhancements?
Yes, actually, web developers in particular will find this one pretty helpful, especially for performance monitoring. Mozilla integrated tools to help them gauge how fast the website's navigation works by logging responsiveness. So in this way, developers can optimize their websites accordingly. So another great feature there.
Very interesting, Joanna. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us today. Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I do actually. I have one more thought. It's actually a prediction, and I predict that other browsers will follow suit in terms of optimized performance, especially with the boom of low-power devices like netbooks and tablets. Lean browsers will definitely be in high demand, and that's just what Firefox 7 is.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Joanna. We look forward to hearing more about new additions to Firefox 7 as it evolves from its pre-beta stage.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And for those interested in hearing more about these browser enhancements and other Windows tips and tricks, be sure to visit our blog at blog.tune-up.com.